So, over the last couple days, there's been a lot of discourse about this idea that the left is not doing enough to reach out to young men, incels, those in the alt-right pipeline, young men on the internet radicalized by Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson or Andrew Tate. And I've seen a lot of very, very stupid takes on this from people who I expected better from. And anytime I hear someone say the left TM isn't doing X, or I hate when the left does X, always comes off as very disingenuous, projecting, and kind of a self-report of my very niche esoteric Twitter sphere experience is not exactly to my liking. I don't know what the hell the left is, but the idea that the left or leftist content creators online or advocates for progressive, anti-capitalist, feminist, intersectional politics are somehow not allowing incels or conservatives in their space. One, that's on them. They're allowed to do that. And two, what's the expectation? Are you supposed to debate every alt-righter incel that comes into your chat, into your community? Or are you supposed to create a space for conversation? Oftentimes, when these discussions, this discourse happens, there's always descriptive arguments for what is happening, accurate ones, mind you. Men are experiencing a higher rate of suicide. They are overrepresented in the prison population, in crime statistics, in depression, anxiety, in alienation, in exploitation. All of that's true, sure. But I never hear from the crowd that says the left isn't doing enough of X what the expectation is. I've never heard what we are expected to do, just finger wagging, which is not productive. But let's consider it for a moment. What should we do to reach out to young men who are being radicalized online? One, recognize that rehabilitation and de-radicalization starts first and foremost with accountability. Just like any bad habit or addiction, it first requires you to recognize that you have a problem. If you are in the alt-right, if you are conservative, reactionary, and you are engaging with those kinds of politics online and that kind of content, the only way you're going to get out is to first recognize that you are harming yourself and others, because just like white supremacy, racism, classism, any right-wing ism, the in-group that those ideologies espouse to protect, espouse to, save, those in-groups will always become smaller and smaller. Somebody is going to lose out who thought that they were part of that in-group. Whether it's white people being hurt by white supremacy because they're too poor to be part of it, whether it's people who thought they were part of the racial in-group but now are becoming too muddled, doesn't matter. The hard truth is, and this is coming from someone who was in that, you will never be able to advertise to those people that you're capable of saving them because they don't believe they're in need of saving. That's the hard truth. It's only until someone in their social circle, actually human-to-human connection, tells them something, and that little piece of advice, that word of wisdom, that empathetic hand that's reaching out to them, eats away at them until they recognize, damn, I'm deep in the shit. The reality is, people who are in these circles are in there because at their core, they believe in something that they are espousing. All of these right-wing grifters online are not doing anything new. They're not telling these groups of people anything that we haven't heard before, anything fresh, anything innovative. It's the same arguments that we've always heard from the right. Misogyny, patriarchy, bigotry, whatever it is. We've all heard it all before. Those of us on the left, whatever that is, are offering something different. Now, what do I think we can do? That depends. Leaving that door open for people to come in? Sure. But if you are expecting people from marginalized backgrounds to welcome in white supremacists, transphobes, whatever, into their spaces, that's on them. If they want to make that decision, go for it. I personally welcome in anyone who wants to have a good faith conversation, but as a professional streamer, as someone who does this full time, I can tell you that these goons online don't come into these spaces looking to be de-radicalized. They don't come in looking to have an actual conversation. They're there to troll. They're there to agitate. They're there to get their little quips in on the chat and then get out after they're banned. That's it. If they were actually interested in that, then they would reach out for a conversation. They would try to lurk in and learn a little something. But that's not what happens. Now, I know those of us who have been doing this for a long time within progressive content creation spaces, that we've had messages or somebody in our chats or some email saying, you pulled me out of the alt-right pipeline. Those people we didn't explicitly go after. Through consistent messaging, through an empathetic worldview, through constant education. That's how we pull people out, because those people are looking for it. They're looking for that lifeline. We can bring that horse to water, but we can't force them to drink. So when I hear someone say something ridiculous like these people on the left would go to MLK and tell him we shouldn't reach out to white people, that's an absurd take. If that's the experience you're having, if that's the associations with the left you have, maybe introspect on what kind of circle you're running in. What kind of space are you creating around you that those are the responses you get? Because I've never seen anybody like that. Every person that I associate with within this space is a brilliant person who will always leave an open hand for somebody. Whether it's Denims, Lumi, Carter, Mike, Lucid, Vio, Ari, Tofu, Mari, whoever it is. I don't know what circles you would be running in to encounter this stuff. But that's not the left I know. Maybe it's because I'm in a hug box. Maybe it's I've created an echo chamber around myself. But if that's the left you know, I don't know what left you're a part of. Very bizarre. Every interaction I've had within this space with other people who are representatives of our worldview, one that's supposed to be empathetic, anti-racist, intersectional, anti-capitalist. I've never encountered someone who says, no, we don't want those people to de-radicalize. What I have heard is we do not cede ground to them and allow the caricature that the right has of the left to take that narrative. I don't know. These are just late night thoughts. I just finished up playing Cyberpunk. I was feeling introspective. So if you enjoyed my little rambling here, hit the like button, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, where I'm live every day at 7 a.m. covering news and politics, and maybe we'll have a conversation. And if you are part of the alt-right pipeline, if you feel like you're in that, understand that you can get out. You can be better if you're a young man who is radicalized. You're hurting yourself and other people. Until you recognize that, it's going to be a painful experience in this world for you. But there's always greener pastures. Anyway, I'm out of here. That's it.